here with more Space Engineers, and today we're going to work on getting this thing skinned up, and we'll actually start doing a little bit more of our surface greebling. We're pretty much to the point where we can start sealing the ship in. There's a couple of things we're going to change, and I want to talk to y'all about that. So I like where we have our design. As you can tell, we actually got the second reactor up and running. Don't have any uranium on board yet, so that will change here in a bit. I'm thinking I'd really want to rotate those around, but because of the fact that there's only the one side that you can actually look in on it, what I'll probably do is swap these out for the pipes. And then that way we'll actually have a little bit of detailing back here. And I mean, we're already using the pipe down there, so it kind of makes sense at this point. Which means we'll probably end up taking these conveyors out. Or the conveyor junctions out and replacing them with the pipe junctions. I don't know if we're gonna... hello. So what I was thinking is we might put, because we have T-shaped junctions that are available, and so I'm thinking we might use those, which would then also give us the ability to have something teed into the top here and maybe come back feeding something if we need it to. So that would give us a way to basically build out a little bit. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. Today, I think we're going to work a little bit more on the thruster, or the armor, I should say, for the upper plating. Now, I just as an idea of trying to get things basically blueprinted, I guess you could say, like just a raw idea. We've gone ahead and built out that layer. That entire thing is sacrificial. We will be replacing that as we go. And then on the bottom, what we have done is I've moved the landing gear that we had on either side of the hangar bay forward on the center line. And then the area that we hadn't welded up, remember I had said that was placeholder stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to weld this up, and that's going to be conveyor junctions here. And what we're going to have is we're going to put thrusters in, and that'll give us, once it's done, 8 thrusters under the nose for lift. And then back here, we're going to put a thruster on the end of that conveyor as well as this conveyor. And then we have 6 more that'll go in the middle. Actually, I may not put thrusters there because we've already got 6 here. And then we've got room for where we're going to do 6 more. So we'll have 2 on either side of the O2 generators, and then we'll have 1 in the corners just to give us a little bit more lift thrust. So in theory, that should be enough to get us up off the ground. We won't know until we actually get everything built. What's really going to matter is how much heavy armor I put on. And so right now, we're basically treating the habitation area kind of as our citadel, and the cargo area, obviously. But we'll see how that all works out. Now, the other thing that I was thinking of is basically making the hangar area a little bit more pronounced on the ship. And what I'm thinking as far as that's concerned, I'm kind of liking having these be back to back like this. But I may make that a little bit more sharp. Let's go over here, because we are actually in the ship. Let's go this way. So what I'm thinking is if we instead go maybe something like... Did I not? Oh, I'm out of plates. Let's go grab some plates. So what I'm thinking is maybe have these guys back the other side. Turn the light on so maybe we can see something while we're waiting for the sun to come up. So right now we have these basically being the same block. What I'm thinking is maybe go something like that, which gives us a little bit more of a streamline on the profiling. But I do like, let's see, This thing is 1.9 versus 14. So I do like that that is more armor points. But the question is which style is going to look better for us? And I think going with the slightly sharper angle ends up looking a little bit better. Let's see how that looks. So we have that. When obviously this will all be blended in versus that. So what you're going to end up with will eventually basically be blocked off there. So I'm kind of liking that because it does give it a little bit more heft to it. But this one gives us a little bit more of a streamline. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. I'm not really sold on either of them yet. So we'll see how it actually goes. But on the flip side, since we've moved the landing gear out of here, that means we can actually bring this line all the way back now. So we can actually make this be a little bit more uniform, I think. But that may be more than I want. What I may do is I may still want to have a cut in on part of this, just in case we want to put landing gear back here as well. So that just gives us a couple of more attachment points instead of just having the ones on the outriggers, which I still need to replace over here, but we can't because that's in the way. All right. I do kind of, you know what, looking at it aft forward, I think I like that design better. Because basically, here's what's going to look like. Yeah, that makes it look a little speedier, but I think I want this to be more of a utility feel. Oh no. I keep forgetting about that. Alright. So I think what we'll do then is let's go ahead, run this back that way, maybe? I mean, it doesn't really, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Because really the only thing that this is doing is giving us a little bit of protection over the the blast doors here, these hangar doors. And it's, I don't know. You know what? I'll tell you what, let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and strip this out. We'll leave this for later. And then that way we can judge this a little bit more fairly once we have more of the ship done. I think this is going to be one of those situations where we're just not really going to know what we're going to have until we're done with it. And I'm actually fine with that. But I think we do need to make sure that we're keeping that kind of thing in mind. Alright, so I shouldn't have anything in our build planner. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab 8 of these. There we go. We'll get that welded up. Let's get the beginnings of what we're building in here. And so I want we'll go ahead and grab parts for 2 more. And that allows us to go like so and like so. And we'll get these welded up. And then the nice thing is that if we need to for some reason, we can always actually cut into the blocks here on either side to expand the number of thrusters we have. And we may end up actually doing that at some point. There's also the option of removing these two blocks so that we can get to the conveyors directly. But I'm trying to avoid doing that because I don't want that to bleed over into the hangar access area, which is where we're at right now. So, yeah. Decisions. All right. Let's see how we're doing for everything. Okay. So I think that'll work for now. Now I am wanting to have the front end here slightly different. Those gear, we may move those gear a little bit forward, I don't know yet. So what I'm thinking of is, let's go ahead and put in a couple of placeholder blocks. Basically this is where the gear would reside currently. And I'm thinking that if we get this, we'll grab that for now. If it's going to reside there, that would mean I'd have to bring that out here if we were doing this. And so I was thinking something like this maybe. Where we can bring this kind of stuff back. No, that's not going to be what I want. Is that going to be what I want? That might be what I want. That might be what I want. Okay. And then that allows us to then use these guys. For most of this, I think. Let's go from there to there, and then can we? That might work. Something like that, and then something just blew up. All right. Tell you what, let's do that. Okay, so I'm not seeing the blocks that I really want. I need something that'll transition. Maybe it's in here. Oh, that might be the one I actually want there then. Yeah, I think that's what I want there. Okay, let's do that. So if we do something like that, and we'll weld this up really quick so that way you can see what I'm thinking about. Alright, so remember the landing gear right now are positioned, so they'll be in there and taking up that space. Alright, so we'll take these out. We'll put the landing gear back in. And so what we're talking about here is we'll have that go forward. I might actually spin those backwards. That might work better. No, I think that'll work better. Alright. Okay, so now if we weld this up, might help if I change the paint job on that as well. But to give you an idea of what we're looking at, Something like that, maybe. And then that allows us, if we want it to continue the line, we could actually bring this back this way, which means those will come out, which is fine. That might actually be better, because then that does actually give us 2 more thrusters if that's what we're looking for. And then I have to go grab some more plates, I think. Yeah. Alright, how much hydrogen? Ooh. Hydrogen just recharged while we're standing there. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab that. And I'm thinking go ahead and drop that stuff off. Grab like 500 plates, it's fine. Alright, so if we're welding this up, yeah, I'm kind of liking where that's going. And then I'm not sure how we're gonna handle this corner. I'm almost tempted to just bring that in like that. Let's see what that's gonna look like. And again, I'm not too worried about it. We have so much iron that even if we lose stuff to basically being scrapped, I'm not liking that. Because what I'm thinking here is maybe because what we could do here is say something like that. Maybe we take that out. And how about if we do that? That would, but I don't want to square that up. I kind of want that. Maybe that would work. And then what we can do from here is maybe here we use that. Actually, no, that'll have to go the other way. I'm thinking here. Because then we can use these guys like so. Alright. Let's see here. Which way did we have this before? So if we did that. To this. Then that comes out. And I will replace all of this with the heavy armor. But I'm just trying to get our lines figured out right now. And then that runs this way. And allows us to run these this way. Makes the whole thing a little bit beefier. And alright, let's see what this is going to look like. I'm not going to... Alright. I'm kind of liking where that's going. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Okay. I think that'll work. And like I said, all of the light armor block will replace with the heavy armor block. Just to get rid of some of the seams in here. Yeah, let's see how this... If we come back and look at it from this angle... Yeah, I'm thinking I like that. Alright. And then that means we'll do something to blend all of this in and make it more of a hip here. And maybe have something that comes down and continues this line that we have. Because we might do something like... Actually, that would kind of be cool. Could we get away with that, I wonder? Because we're going to have the thruster in here. I took the thruster out so we could play around with some of the design. But I do think I need to put the ion thruster back in. In fact, let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and get these back in. Now the question is, do I want the warfare thruster, or do I want the sci-fi thruster? Let's drop both of these out. Actually, that one and that one. See, I kind of like the sci-fi one because I don't have to really do anything for greebling. It's pretty much done. But if we do the warfare thruster, let's see. Excuse me, hiccups. All right. Alright, so if we do that versus that. I honestly don't know which way I want to go with this. I kind of like that because it has the exposed elements. I don't think there's a difference in integrity, right? 3x2 versus 3x2. Yeah, so it has the same integrity. 14 meters past edge. This actually has a larger flame distance. Look at that, same forces. This actually has unknown ports on it. I think... You know what? We can always strip it out and put the other one in. Let's go with the sci-fi thrusters. And I do think that it's going to come down to just basically being more of a... It's got detail on it that the Warfare version doesn't. And I think that's how we're going to go with decision on that. Alright. And then what we will do for ion thrusters for maneuvering thrusters, that way we'll be able to have both hydrogen and ion on this thing. We will probably end up tucking the ion thrusters like down this line, which gives us a base to build a little bit of stuff on to attach everything. It also gives us a little bit of protection here. But it will give us just that much more thrust potential off of the ship. Alright, and then you guys, like I said, we'll probably have one more. That might actually be a reason to use this one here then. It'd be actually kind of cool to... You are... Alright, let's... You are 3 blocks wide, so you'd have to go. You have to go on edge, and you would only mount there. Since this has a slightly longer thrust cone. Ooh, I actually like the way that comes out. I think that's gonna be really nice once we get this all. Okay. All right, so that gets us the base of what we're looking at. I think what's up next is basically just starting to fill in a little bit of the details for the armor. I'm thinking we're probably, for these guys specifically, let me see here. I think I want that one, so we'll go ahead and drop these out. We'll go ahead and grab these. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that out. And I think I want to go this. Okay, so we had it set so that it was doing kind of sloping in towards the middle there. How about instead... Alright, so we're going to swap all of this out for the heavy block variant. And what I'm thinking here then is maybe we go... Yes, that's what I'm looking for. I'll show you. Oh, I'll show you why in a second. Get out. Alright. Because if we do that, I don't think we have. Okay, I can't do that, but we can do that, which then, why is that going to break? It just took a second for everything to update. Okay. So we take that out. I'll show you what I'm thinking here. Alright, so if we do that, we can then say that'll come out, and I'm thinking, how do I do this? Because we're going to end up with basically the same thing here. So we have that. That's going to go there, which means I need a piece that will allow me to make that transition, which I think is in here. Oh, you know what? No, it's in here, isn't it? Yep. Awesome. And then we could do the same on this side. We continue the line like that. And flip you. And like that. Okay. And that gets us a little bit more three-dimensional here. That's going to come out, that's going to come out. We're going to do that. You're going to go that way. Yes. Excellent, Smithers. All right, I think that's going to get us most of the way there. So we're going to go like so. And if we do that, yeah, okay, I'm liking that much better. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and call this one here. I'm going to finish getting the outline of this area done, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do for filler. We have a couple of areas in here, like over the reactors, that I want to make sure. I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and put a conveyor junction on them, which would allow me to mount cannons or something like on a, like if we wanted to do a custom turret or even a modded turret, we'd be able to put those in there, which will give us a little bit of firepower. There's a couple of areas up here that we're also going to be doing this. In fact, let's go ahead. I've got the space for it. This way I know that we're not just grabbing stuff and cutting out the wrong things, hopefully. I should say I'm more hopeful that we're not cutting out the wrong things. We'll see how that actually goes, but that's, you know, for next time. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.